threat is still there, and a strong threat up toward, well, Philadelphia and Atlantic City, with all that warm air being overrun by cold air. Just hold on to your hats, because we now have a severe thunderstorm. Thunderstorms with some tornadoes rumbled on through the south, then sweeping last through Florida. Not really last, because it hasn't really made it all the way through. Rain in eastern PA with temperatures up in the 60s and 30s, and we go into snow in Pittsburgh and down toward Charleston. Snow continuing and just tapering off around Huntington, but several inches on tap for you in upstate New York. Some 30-degree temperatures moving into Albany, and snow, Syracuse, and Rochester. All this cold air moving east, including Vermont, much of northern New England. It's on the way. There you have it, as that front pushes the cold eastward. But this low is going to, well, already is, enhancing that snow in West Virginia and Pennsylvania, and will enhance some of it before it moves on out to sea in upstate New York and New England. Sitting down over the Gulf of Mexico, and this is all snow cover now in the middle of the nation. As we check our current weather map, nationwide, a cold, clear slot in the middle of the nation, and also some rain on the west coast. We're looking at San Francisco Bay, Northern California, getting hit with rain right now.
Current regional conditions. Special regional information. Local 36-hour forecast from the National Weather Service. Region's long-range outlook. The regional forecast. The extended forecast. Your local radar showing any precipitation. And
even in New England, in some places this morning, the snow is spreading through New York State. It's coming down heavily in southwest Pennsylvania and parts of West Virginia and Virginia.
System is plowing in, and that is meaning a lot more rain for California. We have the potential for flooding. The heavy rains have not set in quite yet, but just wait. They are on their way, and the snow levels are going to be lowering over the next few days. They're still rather high right now. In the east, we are still dealing with this frontal boundary that caused all kinds of problems yesterday in the form of severe weather and rain, and we're also seeing some snow on the back edge because it's so much colder behind this frontal boundary. We've got rainy travel for New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, and D.C. We've also got rainy travel moving into the west through morning rush hour. The best chance for severe weather will be right here in parts of those in the White and Green Mountains.
Reminding you that we do have a big change in the wind right now in the eastern part of the United States. Some rain moving into New York City, kind of heavy, and some potentially severe weather in eastern Virginia. We've had some severe weather already that has shown up in North Carolina, some golf ball size hail, and this is all snow in western New York, Pennsylvania, and a lot of West Virginia. Let's take a look right now at the severe warning that we have, or the watch area. The slick stuff up there in Huntington at 7 inches, Charleston at 7, Pittsburgh at 5, although it's tapering off there now, and it's still snowing up in parts of central Pennsylvania and on up into New York State. Let's take her in the northeast, wave of low pressure riding up along the front, and boy, what a difference
as far as those temperatures. Across this front, again, as the front moved by, temperatures went often from the 60s, dropping about 20 to 25 degrees in an hour, and now dropping down into the 30s and even below freezing out here where it's snowing in central PA. Avoca, it's changing over just about to in Albany. It's still rain in New York and Philly, but again, that changeover is moving from west to east, and it's changed over out of Dulles Airport. Some snow there could accumulate a bit, and it's about to change over in Washington, D.C. And Richmond might even have some flurries before it all is said and done. So again, from the mountains of West Virginia through Pennsylvania and on up into North.
Current regional conditions. Special regional information. Your region's long-range outlook. The regional forecast. Your local radar showing any precipitation and its movement during the past 90 minutes. Intensity is indicated by the color code at the top of the screen. Your local radar showing any precipitation and its movement during the past 90 minutes. Intensity is indicated by the color code at the top of the screen.
On the heels of the damaging storm
of a low pressure area, there's another one down here in North Carolina. This is each one moves up the front. It kind of started Poughkeepsie down to New York City and Philadelphia, but just to the west, right in here, moving into Washington, D.C., rain is changing to snow. Scranton, Pennsylvania, working on its second inch of snow. And we're going to take this rain and move it out of here, but there may be a period of snow between now and rush hour in New York City and Philly, Baltimore, and Washington. I know it's been warm today, but those bridges and overpasses will cool down first, and that's where there could be some slipping and sliding. If I were you, I would wake up a little earlier, turned on the Weather Channel, and plan for a little slower commute into work, the I-95 corridor, actually all the way up to Boston. The showers and thunder showers, front is yet to move through, so showers and thunder showers are possible here. High pressure and cold air in behind it. Then
Current regional conditions. Specials from the National Weather Service. Your region's long-range outlook. The regional forecast. Your local radar showing any precipitation and its movement during the past 90 minutes. Intensity is indicated by the color code at the top of the screen.
gosh, what the weather is going on here tonight. It's warm. It's 64 degrees in Bedford, Massachusetts, northwest side of the Boston metro area. But cold air is not far away. And the snow is falling. Oh, back in the Mount Catskills, the west face of the Catskills. First we got the flooding.